A couple years down the road, you feel the gravel crunch beneath your feet as you look at the sun as it sets over the tree line that runs along the backside of Terrywood Glen,
Fuck yeah.
your little subdivision. If you look at Terrywood Glen from above, there's like the road that it comes off of. There's like it's shaped like an arch, and there's like you know, 7, 8 roads connecting the two posts of the arch. If you're looking at it from above, you live at kind of like 11 o'clock, right? You're in the back corner. You're in one of the sweet spots where if somebody wants to come visit you, they've got to come through pretty much everybody, you know?
What do you mean?
It's just like a status thing, you know? Like if
Wait, hold
somebody
on.
if somebody wants to come visit you, they have to drive by all of your neighbors, and all of your neighbors will know that you have a visitor, that you are a man of high importance.
That's their takeaway. If somebody comes over to hang out, they just think, "Oh my God,
Man,
Pat is a
hmm.
visitor."
Yeah, people are the more visitors you have, the higher up your resident rank is.
What's a resident? What do you mean?
So
Resident
there's
rank?
Terrywood Glen, there is like an internal committee that ranks all of the residents. Nobody knows how or when, who, but every like once a month there's a new updated rankings list that gets posted to the community bulletin board inside the community building of Terrywood Glen. You were ranked fourth in the entire subdivision last month out of 88 households.
Okay.
So you're
And
way
so
up
ha
there.
so and part of that is because
You have
I'm having
guests.
people over and someone's noticing this. Someone's actually watching.
Yeah, people are noticing that you are a popular social fellow,
Okay.
right? The amount of mail you receive is on the high end, so that plays into it, you know.
What?
Curb appeal plays into it. Yeah.
Curb appeal?
Yeah. Everything that you represent Terrywood Glen when you're out in the community. And everything about you says that you're a high value community member. Fourth, in fact, out of 88 homes.
That is pretty good.
It's fucking great, man. You know how many people would literally kill to be in the top five at the end of the year?
Jeez.
A lot of people.
That's so many.
What's that?
Nothing.
So you're walking home from you went to watch a football game at a friend's house. You're on your way back home, you're walking the shoe. Again, this is in it's in the winter, well, maybe not winter, but like it's like winter's encroaching, it's right here. It's almost December. It's definitely cool. You got on like a little jacket. The sun sets over the trees. You walk up, you grab the mail out of the mailbox. You open your door. You kind of look out onto the rest of Terrywood Glen, and you feel like this sense of content, of like belonging,
Wow.
of pride. You're satisfied with where your life is at. You go inside, you throw the mail down on the counter, you have some you have like a little doggy bag takeaway plate. It's got a couple of barbecued ribs,
Oh shit.
some buffalo wings, some potato salad. some buffalo chicken dip. It's just like a mishmash of like party foods, right? You got a couple little smokies on there, some Swedish meatballs,
Oh, how many Swedish meatballs?
three of them.
Yes. Three Swedish meatballs.
Got a little mashed potato on the side. You throw the plate in the fridge and you say, "I'll see you guys later." Right?
Fuck, yes, I will.
You go into your living room, just kind of like lay down in your reclining chair. This chair, it wasn't cheap. Okay.
Oh, wow.
This chair is like the second most expensive thing in this home outside of like your big ass television.
Okay.
Your whole system, your whole setup. You spent when you moved into this house, you went like, I'm gonna get a really nice television. I'm gonna get a really nice home stereo,
Oh, really?
right? Right. You got some nice furniture, but you spent like $6,000 on a
Jeez.
fucking lazy boy. You're like, this is gonna be where I spend my time when I'm at my house. And it fits you like a fucking glove. It yields to your body, right? You sleep in it so often, you know?
Oh, I like fall asleep. It's so comfortable.
Yeah, it's so comfortable.
Fuck yeah. I love a chair.
I'm the same way, and this
I
chair loves you back.
I have a chair
That was
tattoo.
the that was the that's the Lanalax chairs. It says chairs that'll love you back. And the commercial is a guy like sitting into a chair and the arms of the chair like come up and wrap around the guy and it says, I'll never let you go.
Oh man.
So you bought one of the Lanalax recliners, you pull it back, you unfurl the feet, kick your shoes off. You lay there at the perfect angle, you just watch TV, you're fucking baked out of your mind,
Amazing.
right? It's a great Saturday.
What a Saturday.
It's an incredible Saturday. You're watching college football. You're
Really?
not really paying too much. You just have it on. It's just on, You just
Yeah.
turn the TV on. You're kind of like in your phone. You realize that you're gonna fall asleep, right? You're just in this chair. You're comfortable. You got a little blanket that sits on the couch next to you. You pull it over your little fucking feet, the little piggies. You cover them up.
My little piggies.
Yeah. And you fall asleep totally content, like a fucking baby.
Oh, man.
You wake up in the middle of the night, the TV has turned itself off in like a power saving mode. You're like, what the fuck? You check your phone, it's like 12:30,
Oh, that's kind of a
you know?
bummer.
You're like, yeah, but you feel great, honestly. You think I'm just probably just gonna go head up, get into bed. I'm gonna go to bed for the night. You walk by the table, you see the pile of mail on the table, you go, I'll fucking deal with that shit in the morning.
Yeah.
You turn the light off in the kitchen, you go upstairs, you sleep a restful sleep. You wake up again, feeling great, feeling refreshed from a nice, sometimes you just need like a nice long sleep like that.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
You feel like kind of reset. You wake up, it's like 9 o'clock on a Sunday. You wake up and it's like you're like awake. Sometimes it takes a little bit, but this is just like boom, you're immediately awake, you're immediately alert. You go downstairs, you put on a pot of coffee, you wash a dish that was left in the sink from the night before. You open up the refrigerator door for like some creamer and you see that plate of leftovers that you put in there yesterday.
Yeah.
You see the a little bit of a Swedish meatball poking out from underneath the plastic wrap, just pressed up against that film.
You son of a bitch. I see you.
The film is just like hiked up a little bit above the lowest part of the meatball, almost like inviting you.
What do you mean?
Your fingers reach out centimeters from that bare meatball, the rest of it pressed up against that fucking cling wrap. And then you hear like a notification on your phone. It kind of snaps you from the fantasy.
The meatball fantasy?
Yeah.
Oh
You look
man.
down and there's a it's the notification was from like a theater app, and it's like, come see the Meatball Fantasy starring Jennifer Lawrence this Friday.
What on earth is that?
It's a new Jennifer Lawrence movie called The Meatball Fantasy,
What's it about?
where it's like a coming of age tale where it's a woman who um like climbed the corporate ladder, she worked in advertising. She always was accused of like sleeping her way to the top, or using her good looks or whatever. And
Okay.
but she, in spite of all of that, the struggle, she succeeded, but she was just burnt out. She wanted to make a change. And all she wanted to do was make fucking meatballs, man.
Hmm.
It's like a very poignant tale of like a woman restarting her career a little later in life and overcoming the odds that are definitely not in her favor. She
Okay. Is it
also takes a shit in the movie. Like they film it and stuff, and they put it in. It makes the final cut.
what do you what?
Yeah, it makes the final cut. There's a scene where she's like, she when she first, so she starts like
You know what? I
she
don't
she
think I
gives up
need
the
to.
No, I mean, you asked. She gives up the corporate job, right? She goes into the meatball factory. She's making
Yeah.
meatballs, right? It's pretty early on. She eats a meatball that's maybe it's not cooked all the way through. She's going to pick up more meatball supplies from the handsome guy who sells the meatball supplies. And
Yeah.
she has to like shit immediately. Pulls over on the side of the road and just, they show it. Just her taking a shit.
Okay.
And you see
That's
it like
weird.
fall out of her butt.
That was ew.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah. I'm
fall out
just
of her
telling you,
butt.
that's why it's notable.
Is it any good? The movie?
Yeah, I mean it's fine if you're into that kind of thing. Yeah, it's okay. It's worth a
That what
watch.
kind of thing?
Like a coming of age thing, and a movie where somebody shits on camera.
The meatball fantasy.
So,
Holy shit.
you're snapped out of the meatball fantasy for the ticket offered of me the meatball fantasy. You think, oh, that was too weird, you close the fridge, you get
Yeah.
your cream out of there, you have your cup of coffee. You sit down and like kind of along like the bar on your kitchen island, and you start going through the mail, and it's just like, oh, here's a cellular wireless offer. Hey, do you want solar on your home? You think, too late, buddy. You got solar already. You're happy with
Too
your
late.
wireless plan. Yeah, you say
Too
that.
late, buddy.
Well, because
Out loud.
you spent like 8 months looking for a solar company, so yeah, it took you a little while, but you think to yourself, like, if they would have only sent this like a few months ago, this might have changed my life. You
Oh,
never
so I'm
know.
looking at this like I'm saying it like you fucked up.
Yeah, you fucked up. Yeah,
That's weird.
yeah, you should have been here. Before I went with my current solar setup. So you're flipping through this junk mail, right? Bullshit. And then there is like a postcard. It's like a 5x7 postcard. Um, you kind of have to give it a double take because you're looking at like a funeral. Like it's in a funeral home. You see that there's a casket with a lid up.
Whoa.
You can see a set of hands on a chest, the black suit underneath.
Oh, wow.
when you hold it in your hands, you can almost hear people crying. Like it just feels very sad, you know?
Jeez.
Flip it over and uh, it says, we're watching you.
Oof. That's all it says.
All it says.
Oh man, that's not good.
Yeah, you think like that's fucking weird. What the hell? There's like there's no return address on it. You think, yeah, it's pretty fucking strange. A little ominous, you know?
I think I'll go to the internet and try, excuse me, try to look up like how to find out where letters came from. I think I would like
Yeah.
try to figure this out. 'Cause that's too weird.
You do, and they're like, look, if there's no return address, like we can't know. Anybody can put it into any postage box. Well, we can tell you like where it was sorted out of, but that doesn't mean that we'll have any idea of how to find who did it.
So I think the reason that this is so troublesome to me is that it's really easy to like text or email somebody something creepy, but to send it to the mail, that's such a level of like, I don't know, it just feels so creepy. It feels even more frightening to
The
even do
stamp,
that
the
through the
stamp
mail.
on it
Yeah.
is just blood red.
Oh no.
So yeah, it freaks you out. You look online and you cannot find anything. You post on Reddit, you post on the Terrywood Glen Facebook group, which
Oh,
is
does anyone else
very
get
active.
one?
No,
Really?
everybody else is like, no, I haven't gotten that, you know. So you even like photograph and you send it in there like, hey, is is somebody playing a joke? Like, what's the deal? You know, and no, everybody's like, no, I have no idea. Nobody has any reports that they've received anything similar.
What did you mean when you said that their Facebook group was very active?
It's just a very active Facebook group. People are constantly posting in there recipes, affirmations, videos of, kids at sporting events. Uh, One guy is just accidentally sending pictures of he and his wife in the throes of ecstasy, and
Oh
he'll
no.
post it and then he'll go, whoops, he'll comment, he'll go, whoops, my bad, and then he deletes the picture. But he's done it four or five
he,
times.
he comments.
He comments first, he likes it, and then he comments it. He
Okay, he's
comments,
doing
whoops,
this.
my bad.
Okay, yeah, that guy's got to go, man. That's too much.
Yeah, but it's a very active Facebook group. So you put the postcard, you're like, this is fucking weird. You put the postcard in a drawer, you're like, I want to save these in case you never know. This seems like something that could have like malice behind it. So you kind of go on, you live your life. Day after Christmas, you're
Day after
take
Christmas.
you're taking a bunch of trash to the curb, right? Again, a little later in the day, it's chilly on. You got a stocking cap over your bald fucking head. You walk up, you grab the mail out of the mailbox. Oh, look, it's a Christmas card from me, right? It's just
From
a
you?
picture of me giving you the middle finger. You get a Christmas card from your niece and nephew, like you're it's like
Cool.
holiday times. Like you're getting some mail that's like arrived that they probably sent out a little late, I'm not the most punctual. Uh yeah, you think whatever. So you go inside, you sit down, you're going through your postcards, right? You're going through a post Christmas ad, handbill. You see another one of these postcards. It looks pretty similar to the first one, only it's a little closer this time. You can kind of see a little bit of the shirt that the person underneath inside the casket is wearing. You can see that it's from like the same it looks like the same point of view, but just like maybe a second later, as somebody is walking towards a casket.
Okay.
You flip it over and it says, "We're watching you." What do you do?
I go to the cops.
So you go to the cops.
Yeah. I think it's too weird, you know?
You go to the cops. You're like, "Hey, I want to talk to somebody about something that's going on." The cops are like, "Okay, whatever." They're very dismissive. You sit down.
Hey,
A
come on.
detective comes over. He goes, "All right, my name is Detective uh Sal Stallion."
Wow.
And yeah, he's got like a real long like mullet, like a jet black mullet, like a thick mane of a mullet, you know. He runs his hand through it. He has a very long face, you know. He has very like
Oh,
long
wow.
angular features. He he goes, what's going on?" And you go, "Yeah, I just got these two weird things." And you show him to both of them, and he's like, "And?" And you're like, "I don't know, like, doesn't this seem weird to you?" He goes, "Has a crime been committed?" And you're like, "No." He goes, "Well, we can't do anything. There's no address." Like he's like, "Somebody might just be having some fun at your expense."
Okay, but
He was
like, has anyone else like turned something like this in?
he goes, "I haven't seen anything like this. This is probably somebody just screwing with you."
Who?
He goes, "I have never met you."
I guess that's a good point. All right. Well, thanks.
He goes, "Hang on to him." He gives you his card. He goes, "Hang on to him. And if anything else happens, like let us know. Record the dates that these are coming in on, you know. Think about if you would know anybody who would do this. Like it's probably somebody you know playing a prank." So you get up, you leave, you celebrate Christmas, you ring in the new year, you finish third, end of the year rankings for the top resident in
Wow.
Terrywood Glen. Yeah, there was a pretty seismic shift after the incident at the holiday party where Jerry McGarry uh had a couple too many, and he backed over like a fence post and did a little bit of damage to his reputation and the public grounds. So
At least nobody was hurt.
yeah, nobody was hurt. That's why he didn't fall too far. He's out of the top 10 for sure. But
Oh, Jerry.
number three became vacant, and man, there was nobody that they would move up before you.
Wow.
End of January comes by. You have a freak cold snap at the end of the month. You had a friend who their car battery died. So you took like a charger over to them. They're gonna bring it by when their battery charges. You're walking
Thank you.
back, go up to your house, you grab the mail, you're walking through into your kitchen, and you freeze in your tracks. You get another postcard, a little closer this time. You can see a little more of the torso of the person inside the casket. You can make out the nose as it sticks out above the sightline. You can see reflecting in the brass on the box just a litany of people dabbing their eyes in the reflection of the brass.
Really?
Yeah. You turn it over, it says, "We're watching you."
Okay, I think I go on Instagram Live and I just start talking about this. And I go, I don't know, I need to document this. I need people to know that there's something's happening and it's either really creepy or really funny. And I'm just letting you guys know that I'm getting these weird things. Click.
Nobody really pays attention, and people you say your thing, but people are like, What are you talking about?"
That's fine. I just need them to remember that I did this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start off the first month of the year, number three, third place. You're kind of vowing to like keep that ranking. You got a big whiteboard in the basement. It's titled "Things I Can Do," and it's got like a list of things you can improve upon. To help. How do you move up in the ranking?
Oh wow.
You know, there's some curb appeal projects that you're looking at for the new year once the ground thaws. You're talking about putting in a row of hedges. You got a couple of Japanese maples you got your eye on.
Oh wow.
You want to beautify the area,
Taking it really
maybe touch up
seriously.
your trim. You're taking it really seriously. You love living in Terrywood Glen.
Touch up my trim.
You think of that song "Smack My Bitch Up," but you go "Touch My Trim Up." You sing that when you're like on a ladder, because this painting is one of the things you can do in the cold. So you
Psychosomatic A to Z.
you climb that ladder, you're like, "Hey Pat, what are you gonna do today?" You go, you sing that.
Oh man. Oh man.
So either way, you're working on a lot of things. End of February,
Man, it really seems like it.
like spring is right around the corner. You finally get like one of the first weekends where you're like, okay, this feels like spring. This really feels like spring. You take a walk around the shoe, grab your mail on the way in. You don't even take a step this time. You see that postcard in your hand. And you look at the postcard and you can't confirm this because you can't see the face on this body, but the body, it looks like your body.
Oh man.
It looks like your body inside of this thing.
I think I open the door and I just scream, "What do you want?"
You scream,
Someone
"What
is
do you want?"
clearly someone's trying to get a rise out of me and they just it's and you know what? It's fucking working. This is too much.
You scream, "What do you want?" One of your neighbors is like outside and he kind of like grabs his wife and like walks her inside. People are like, "What the fuck? What's wrong with you?" So spring hits, South by happens, the city comes alive,
Yeah.
fills with energy. But you avoid all that shit. You're like, you're not gonna catch me down there in that. You got your nice little place in your subdivision. Weather's nice enough. You and a couple of the other the lawnmower men of Terrywood Glen, you guys just went and mowed the ball field.
There's a ball field?
Yeah, there's like a little ball field. You guys there's a subdivision softball league that happens, every year. You guys just mowed the field. You got chalk coming in.
Cool.
You were sweeping out the dugouts, collecting all the wayward sunflower seeds and used condoms.
Oh,
Really,
geez.
really gumming up the mop, or the
Oh,
broom
man.
rather.
Coming up the mop.
I mean,
It
it's a
sounded
broom.
really weird. Yeah,
Yeah, it definitely gums it up quite a bit.
good.
You step out and you go, "Has anybody got another mop?" And one guy, he goes, "Mine's all gummed up," from the other dugout. So, yeah, you guys are like it's like the first, kind of spring. You're gonna have a softball game start soon. Kids are gonna be out in the neighborhood playing ball in the park, right? It's nice. You go home, sweat on your brow, sun in your face as you're walking into the last light of the day. You walk up your stairs, put your hand in the mailbox, and you just feel it there. It's the only thing in there. You pull it out, and it's you in the casket.
No, man.
It's you in the casket, and your eyes are open. Your jaw's a little slack. A little bit of blood runs down from your ear, staining the pillow beneath your bald fucking head.
Why is there blood?
Your head is so shiny in this picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see the reflection of the person on the other side, and it's also you.
Oh man, I
You
was
can see
hoping it would
your
be a
own.
better clue.
No, it's you see your own face and the reflection of your bald fucking dead head. You hold the postcard in your hand. What do you do?
I flip it over. Does it say the same thing?
It says, "We are watching you."
All right. So I do the thing that they do in the Jennifer Love Hewitt does in I Know What You Did Last Summer, where I walk out into the lawn and I get really dramatic and I go like, I'm right here. Like, what do you want?
Yeah,
I just
and
start
again,
screaming because I've lost
you
it at
have
this point.
you have neighbors who are like, "What the fuck's going on?" Like they're scared of you.
Well, I'm sorry.
Nobody nobody answers your manic calls. You trudge inside. You throw the postcard into the desk with all the others.
Man,
Another month goes by. You're waiting. You're waiting at the door for the postman to like drop off the mail. You got a chair. You're camped out on the front porch. You see the mail truck come up.
oh
The
man, I'm
postman's
not
the postman's name is uh his name is Calvin Letterby.
Calvin Letterby.
Yeah. And you say you say like you kind of like mumble, right? And Calvin's like, "Hey Pat, how you doing?" And you're like, just give me you like snatch the mail from his hand. You go through it all, no postcard. You kind of like look at him
Oh,
and you go, "Great." And he's like, "Are you all right?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Get out of here." And you just walk inside.
oh man. Poor Calvin. He doesn't deserve that.
He doesn't deserve that. You walk inside frustrated that the postcard didn't come. You realize you left your like camping chair out there. You walk outside to grab it, and just out of instinct, you reach into the box and you feel it there.
No, oh man.
You freeze in your track. You drop the camping chair to the concrete.
Uh,
You pull the postcard out of the mailbox, and this time it's like a little further away, and there's like a lot of blur around the edges. But you look at it's the view of the casket, and your body is sitting up and like looking forward and reaching out.
what?
Yeah, towards the image. And again, it looks like a very frantic moment. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like something strange is happening. You know,
Can you see anything in the shininess or my head or anything?
there's no like visible reflection due to again, it's not like a very still image.
Okay,
You know,
man.
you kind of like walk out into the street again. You go, "What the fuck? I'm right here."
I
Your
do it
neighbors are
again.
just like, "Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely,
Yeah, I've gone a little insane, I think.
yeah."
This is so I mean, I would be on edge. This is so not good.
The next day you kind of like you go outside, people are like walking like your neighborhood, and everybody who walks by like looks at you and they kind of like they talk to the other person in hushed tones. You're like, "What's going on?" You go down to the community building and there's a new rankings list up on the street, and
Oh no.
you've been knocked down to eighth, and there's a little
Top
note that
10.
says outbursts in public next to you. You think that's kind of fucked up that somebody's like putting my business out there. So you go home, you're
It's a little
steamed,
weird.
right? You walk back, you're like, "What the fuck? Who do I have to talk to?" You know, you reach in to grab your mail, and there's another postcard in it the very next day.
Oh
You
no.
look at it, and it's your body has like climbed out of the casket. The casket is tipped over onto the floor behind like your body, and your body is like reaching out, coming at you, you
Yeah.
know,
Uh-huh.
and you kind of like look up, right? You go into your house, and there's like a zombie version of you. that's like
What?
walking through your hallway, like reaching out, saying right? Right? You have this fucking postcard in your hand. What do you do?
Oh, I throw it at him like I try to like get his throat or something.
It's
I
like
just
a
panic.
fucking you certainly have never developed the skill required to accurately throw a postcard into somebody's neck from, down a narrow hallway. So you throw it and it just like goes nowhere, right? You
Oh
panic, you turn
no.
around, you take two steps out, you tumble into the grass, right? And you look up and there's a man in the middle of the street clapping. He's
What?
got a gray beard, he's got a pencil thin mustache. He goes, Pat, he goes, congratulations, you're on. And he turns and he like looks up at like a post lamp, and there's a camera up there, right? Emmy
Yeah.
award-winning cameraman Jim Thorpeman has scaled the light pole outside of your home, and he's hanging on by a harness, and he's got those cleats he's digging in. He's got a cigarette hanging loosely from his lips, and he's got a
Oh
tight
man.
shot on your face from up above, and it says, "You're on postcard paranoia."
What?
Postcard Paranoia is a new horror game show where they just trick people into thinking something insane is happening to them over months. And
I went to
then
the cops.
once they finally break, yeah, the cop like shows up. He shows up on a horse. You know, he,
He's in on it.
yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if he's in on it, but he had like that long black mane.
Right.
The horse has the like exact same hair and sort of like skeletal structure facially, and
Oh my
he climbs
God.
off, and he everybody's like, we'd like to thank Austin police for helping out, and everybody kind of cheers, and you're like, what the fuck, you're screaming, like, you're
Everybody.
like
Just
very
everybody.
everybody has like taunted you.
Yeah. Oh
What do you say?
man. I just go, what the fuck is this?
That zombie Pat like walks out of your house and he like puts an arm around your shoulder, and everybody just kind of laughs. And the guy with like the long, thin pencil mustache, the gray beard, he turns to to Jim Thorpeman. He goes, "Postcard Paranoia, Thursdays at 8 p.m. on ABC."
Ah, man. Ah, fuck. Man, what? My shoulders slump and I just kind of stand there, just defeated.
You got to stand there
Ah,
in your parking lot, or sorry, in your driveway, just kind of like, what the fuck is going on, right? Everybody winds up leaving. You tumble even further down the ranks. You're now down to 12. And then it said massive disturbance. That was the note next to your name on the sheet, right?
what's it my fault? Wait, did I win anything from being on the show?
No. No,
So
it's
I
a new
get
show.
nothing.
Yeah, you don't get anything. So right, so you're like living your life. You're living your life. Postcard Paranoia comes out, right? It's like a different person, but they're
Mm.
they're shooting like there's multiple people over the season that get paranoided. And you're like, for like it's kind of like catching on everywhere where people are like, oh, this is like a horror game show. Like there aren't a lot of those. There's not like many of them showing a person break psychologically, right?
Yeah, for good reason.
It's kind of interesting. So the ratings are like going great, right? 1 month to the day that you got your last postcard, you came home, you went to the grocery store, you walk up, you grab your mail, you set it down on the counter, and there is another postcard in there.
I just
The
throw it
back
away.
the back of it says, "Come outside."
No, I throw it away and I go upstairs and I crawl into bed.
You do that. You go upstairs, you crawl into bed, you sleep for what feels like days.
Yeah.
You're awoken to like a plink, 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 like a rock on glass.
Okay.
You look out in the front yard, there's nobody there. You kind of like go downstairs, right? You go to your door, the front door, there's like a mail slot. You see, there's a postcard on the ground. You turn it over and it says, "Please."
Fine.
You come outside, and as soon as
Yeah.
you come outside, a guy on your porch slits your throat.
Oh,
He
come
cuts
on.
you, he slits your throat. The blood escapes from your body in the night, and you kind of just bleed out right there on the porch. He's known as the Polaroid, or the postcard paranoia killer.
What?
He, yeah, he decided to make good on all of the threats on the lives of the people who were on the show because nobody actually got hurt. You were just led to believe that you were going to die. But at the end of it, like you lived, that's how the show worked. And there was a guy who got really into the show and felt like it was his duty to like right the wrongs that the TV shows created. So he like killed the person whose like show is currently airing right now. He killed you.
How is
He
that
killed the third
righting any
person on
kind
the
of
show.
wrong? He kills
Uh
me and that rights a wrong?
I mean, in his eyes, he closes the loop.
Oh,
Polaroid paranoia only lasts for postcard paranoia only lasts for one season, and then it gets pulled immediately for obvious reasons. But yeah, all three of you guys died within days of each other.
man.
Yeah, and your body was just staying there, and you just fucking bled out right there on the porch. At the end of the next month,
Oh, great.
they posted the best resident list. They put your name at the very fucking bottom, and next to it, it just
Oh.
says dead.